Now, taking a look at the composition, they're relatively the same, except on the side of Cloud9, they're running a Winston instead of that Soldier 76 that Torque is currently on. Everything else is mirrored. Nicholas is going to be controlling the top lane, but right now, the bed jumping on top of Shake is going to go ahead and finish him off. So currently, a 5v6, and Code 7 are getting pushed back off this point.
Right now, yeah, it looks like Cloud9 will be sitting on the point first of all. No one actually dead on the side of Code 7 except for Shake, who bit the dust so early on. Harblue actually falling now, just trying to get in there to the point to try to contest. So again, gonna have that staggered spawn waiting for Harblue to get back. They can't really afford to progress without him 5v6. So Cloud9 doing a good job. They've got a good positioning too. Let's check it out. Debet is actually on the high ground waiting to jump down on whatever squishy targets he can find, and actually finds a kill on Torque very, very quickly.
Yeah, Debet does get that kill onto Torque, and he's going to go ahead and jump right back onto the point. Currently, though, the Fair is having difficulty trying to figure each other out. Surefour not able to land any rockets quite yet, as we do have the sand barrier coming out on the side of Cloud9. Right now, Code 7 trying to wait that out, falling back, but Reaver's going to get the kill onto Shake. And again, that early pick onto Shake are just going to stop the attack coming out from Code 7. In the back line, we do have the bet with the Primal Rage getting focused down by 5 members of Code 7, but he's going to be able to get out safely with about 300 HP left.
So many ults available for Code 7. This has to be it. Yes, Graviton Surge actually coming out from both sides. Everyone getting grabbed up on both sides. There's a barrage from, looks like Gale Force, not Gale Force, Code 7, Nicholas actually just blasting down. But Reaver's Death Blossom is what made the bulk of the difference there for Cloud9, getting 3 kills. Harblue gets the kill on Surefour, but does fall shortly after. And suddenly it's only, who is this actually still alive after flipping the point on C9? No one actually, they're all going to back off toward that spawn now.
Yeah, 62% on the board for Cloud9. So respectable for their first hold. Currently, Code 7 sitting at 18%. Harblue does have his Death Blossom ready, but he's not in the best position for it, as the bet does try to jump on to them. They're going to go ahead and fall back, but Harblue getting speed boosted in, gets 2 kills. That's Kai and Grego down, and Surefour also falling, and Joe Meister's going to pick up Adam as the res does come out, but Code 7 continue to push forward, and they're going to pick up these kills. Harblue getting the kill onto Kai, and they're going to maintain control over this point.
Excellent stuff there from Code 7. Everything went their way, taking out Surefour very quickly to make sure that damage sustain was not present. I'm actually just watching their positioning now very carefully, as we saw Cloud9 had a really good setup waiting for them to re-engage Harblue, as the Reaper over on the right side I'm a little bit worried about, as he can get rushed down. Wraithwalk is available, of course, to save his life once, but after that he can get pinned and killed. Nicholas shooting down at Surefour, lands 2 direct rockets with the help of Torque. They take out Surefour super fast and immediately jump over Adam, Kai and Grego with the Attack Visor and Barrage ultimates both going off. Cloud9 loses absolutely everybody. Harblue and Nicholas and Torque all just doing such a great job as DPS here. JKW not having to play the Reinhardt, actually impressing on Zarya as well.
Yeah, Code 7 are doing such a good job, and it's been Nicholas on that Pharaoh who's been coming up huge, getting those picks. And again, you know, he found Adam in that last team fight, and without that res, these teams just start to crumble. We do have a Graviton Surge coming out for Code 7. Code 7 as 2 are caught in it, but it's going to be Surefour who follows up with that barrage, gets the kills off, but we do have the res coming out for Adam. So right now, it's a 6v6 fight as Shake goes ahead and answers back with a resurrection of his own, but Code 7 are currently forcing them off the point. Kai the only one contesting right now, as Joe Meister is the one that gets the kill on Debet. And right now in the 6v5, it's Code 7 coming out ahead as he gets another kill onto Kai. Joe Meister really coming up with that Lucio, but it's Luke, Nicholas, and Harblue that end up getting 2 more kills. We have another resurrection coming out for Adam, but that didn't land on everyone, as currently it is a 6v5 on the point. Excuse me, a 5v4 on the point. Now Debet does chase down Torque.
All good, man. Nicholas dropping the barrage once again, gets the kill on Debet and Kai. There was a Till Valhalla, that means it's coming out on the side of Code 7, so everyone's still in play. Reaver coming in there as the Reaper actually falls very quickly. Grego does manage to extend overtime. Adam flies across to that Dead Soul and gets picked off. Surefour trying to launch the barrage, can't even do that before going down, and wow, Code 7 not giving Cloud9 any room here to flex on them. Code 7 surprising us by taking the first game in the manner they did, and now taking the first round on Lijiang Tower. They are looking so good. Cloud9 really need to rally and make something happen here. This next point on Lijiang Tower, surrounded by void space, Pharah and Lucio and Roadhog all come into play pretty often here. We'll see if they switch it up at all. It looks like Code 7 is going to be sticking with that same exact composition.
Yeah, last time that they faced off on a King of the Hill map, Cloud9 actually took it to Code 7 3-0, I believe, on Nepal. So for Code 7 to take this first point, this is a huge boon in their confidence. And moving forward, this is going to be very difficult for Cloud9 to start coming back. But this is King of the Hill. Anything can happen, you know, with the symmetrical spawns. So we'll see how this pans out as we do see the teams meeting in the middle. And it's just going to be people trying to lob some grenades on over. Debed's going to be the first one to jump in. And Surefour gets the kill onto Harblue, taking that Reaper out. And Surefour answering with another kill. That's the second one. That's onto Torque. And that's a third, taking out Shake. And again, Shake going down early in these fights, they have to be careful. He has to position a little bit better.
Man, I think Code 7 played that a little bit too conservatively. Like, they went bridge side and didn't actually rush off the bridge. They just kind of got backed into a corner while Cloud9 just spilled onto the point and kind of enveloped around them. But here we go, a little more concentrated attack this time around. Nicholas and Torque just bull rushing in, forcing Cloud9 back. They already have control of the point though, so they're certainly happy to do that. JKW trying to zap down Surefour. He's going to get held up by the biotic field, but there's a nice splash on Surefour and Reaver from JKW's Zarya. Right click, actually, Harblue scoring a couple of kills now, 3 kills for Harblue, and that is going to flip the point easily for Code 7, 27% for Cloud9, but now we're back in a position that we just saw in the previous round where Cloud9 took the first bit of percentage, and then Code 7 eventually just fought back. They didn't even actually have to use any ultimates for that either, so they're sitting comfortably on the point now.
Yeah, so Cloud9 currently wrapping around to the white lit room, and they're pushing onto the point, but the Graviton Surge comes out. It's going to land on 3 with a follow-up barrage coming out from Nicholas with the help of Torque and Joemeister. They're going to pick up 3 kills. The res has to come out immediately from Adam as Reaver picks up a kill onto Nicholas. We do have the sound barrier on the side of Code 7, and now it's answered in kind by Grego on the side of Cloud9, but Surefour is still down, so it's a 6v5 fight right now, and Shake doesn't have the res quite yet, but it doesn't matter as it's Nicholas and Torque and Harblue picking up kills for themselves, and it's going to be Code 7 maintaining control over this point.
Wow, I just have to point out, like, the parity that you've got on Code 7 right now. If you look at that kill feed, it's a different person on Code 7 getting the kill every single time. Like, JKW, Torque, Nicholas, Harblue, and Joemeister are all on fire, and Shake is the Mercy that is normally the only one on fire. Cloud9 has nobody on fire. They've got one Surefour and Death Blossom ready to go to try and attack this point. They're all hallway side, leaping in very quickly with the speed boost, but get caught by the Graviton Surge. Winston's shield is down instantly, but Grego and Debet are going to be the only ones to die. Surefour gets picked off by Torque, and man, Code 7 really, really on the ball here. That Graviton Surge was as close to perfect as you're going to see.
That's 2 Graviton Surges in a row, 2 engagements in a row coming out from JKW, so he's doing a really good job of connecting with his attacks. And right now it's JKW staying in the front line as Surefour tries to push forward. Debet's going to jump on top of Torque. They have to be careful as Nicholas comes out with that barrage, is going to pick up 1 kill, and they're not able to trade it out. Harblue getting the kill onto Reaver. Now it is going to be a 6v4 as actually the resurrection comes out, and Harblue was missed on that last res, so it's going to 6v5 in favor of Cloud9 as Cloud9 are on the point and starting to tick away. Surefour getting 2 kills, taking out Nicholas. Now it looks like they're going to be able to wrest control of the point away from Code 7.
Code 7 did tick all the way up to 99%, so really all they need is another money Graviton Surge to be able to secure that point. I think it went pretty crazy for them early because Surefour, they've been doing a really great job at taking him out, and this time they did not. He basically got to the back line, took out the targets he needed. Harblue was in the enemy back line. Here comes all the beat drops, actually. Lots of ultimates coming out. There was a Death Blossom in there as well from Surefour. Did not actually get any kills. Reaver and Kai finish off Harblue and Joemeister and Shake, and now going down, so Code 7 needs to regroup. They're going to back off. Maybe Debet will give them a gift of a Winston kill, but no, he's going to have hop backwards as well to save himself. You can see the percentage ticking up for Cloud9 all the way up to 65%, but Code 7's still in a position where JKW could hit this Graviton Surge and it could be all over very shortly. We'll see how they manage to use these ultimates. If they go bridge side, yes they do, with the speed boost. Graviton Surge onto the wall, pins everybody on Cloud9 on the opposite side of the wall. No one's there to actually do the damage. Torque pops his tactical visor, gets a kill on Grego and Kai. Debet falls now as well, I think. Cloud9 Cloud9 looking dire, but the 3-man res from Adam brings him back into play. Torque still trying to do his damage. Adam safely away from the combat now. Here's the res from Shake, bringing everybody on Code 7 back into play. Kai, Debet, Sherford, and Adam all dead. And I think this is going to be 2 rounds in a row for Code 7.
They do have a chance to try to make it in. That's going to be the Tracer that actually does stall the time. That's Reaver switching on over. But that Lucio Grego getting picked off. It's all down to Reaver trying to keep it alive. We do have Debet switching on over to Winston to keep this point alive. He's on the point for now, but he gets cleaned up. Surefor on that Reaper is going to be able to raise for him to keep it alive. But again, slowly trickling in. They're getting picked off one by one. It's going to be Kai Kai's turn now. But Kai Kai in this 2v6 right now, and it's gonna be into Grego now. 1v1, actually 1v6, trying to push it in, but overtime ticking down, and Reaver once again on that Tracer, able to make it back onto this point.
Everything's still looking solid for Code 7, though. They have the ults on their side. They popped the sound barrier during that last encounter when there were 3 Cloud9 up in their face. There's only one chance here. Adam's trying to float across. He's not going to make it as Harblue's there with the Reaper shotguns. And that's 2 rounds going to Code 7. We saw this situation earlier when Cloud9 was up 2 rounds to 0 against Envious, and Envious managed to win 3 rounds in a row to battle back. So still not out of it. But Code 7, having won essentially everything so far against Cloud9, doesn't look like they're letting up. They're playing really fantastically well.
Code 7 currently on the verge of taking a King of the Hill map off of Cloud9, who generally were regarded as one of the best teams on any attack map. And now, let's see, if we look at the composition, Reaver will be on that Tracer, so now they're not going to be, you know, dilly-dallying with the Tracers. You know, the Tracer is really strong here, especially on King of the Hill maps where they get these 1v1 skirmishes, but already Nicholas spamming that spawn area is able to get 24% on his ult charge as the teams do meet up mid, and it's going to be Nicholas that gets the first kill onto Sherford. Nicholas still on top, no one really in the air to be able to contest him as the bet tried to jump on top of him, but oh, there's Nicholas getting the kill onto Adam, and Joe Meister follows that up with the kill onto Kai. So right now, 6v3, it should be Code 7 as the point does unlock. They're going to be able to take control of this point for the first time.
Crazy stuff there. They are just focusing Sherford down as fast as possible. They know that he's a huge threat. I guess they don't consider Reaver as much as a threat because usually right after Sherford goes down, they focus Kai, not allowing him to get that Graviton Surge built up. But Reaver on the Tracer is actually very deadly, and he does find a quick kill onto JKW. Adam going down for the side of Cloud9 is definitely not good for them. Shake does actually use his res, but I don't think he actually picked anyone up. Maybe just JKW, as Joe Meister was missed by it, but the percentage still ticking up on the side of Code 7, up to 30% now, and Cloud9 does not have enough people standing to be able to fight back right now.
Yeah, so 35% on the board for Code 7, and they're 65% away from actually taking this 3-0 on Lijiang Towers.
Harblu teleporting up to the high ground, expecting some action up there. He actually does find Sherford, who swapped now onto Reaver. Sorry, onto Soldier. I don't know why I just called Soldier Reaver. Anyway, Kai has switched over to Reaper, and he's going to die immediately. Grego also down. Harblu popping that Death Blossom, gets so much damage in there. Adam will bring up both of them, though. Grego and Kai immediately running onto the point. Debet already on the backside there as Winston zapping down Harblu as quick as he can. Of course, Winston does not fare well against Reaper most of the time, and he is going to go down. Grego actually being knocked off the side as well.
Yeah, Reaver did stick Zarya with that, with the Pulse Bomb, but the Projected Barrier kept him alive, and now Cloud9 being forced back, 80% on the board. Code 7, 20% away. One more good hold away from taking it against Cloud9.
Yeah, they really need to make sure JKW hits that Graviton Surge. He does it right now up against the wall. There is a barrage follow-up from Nicholas with the damage amp. That's going to catch several kills. And if Adam doesn't have a res, he does use it, but Kai misses it. Adam himself is down at no health. He falls, and suddenly only 4 Cloud9 against all of Code 7. Not going to happen here. I think Code 7 is now up 2-0 here in this best-of-5 series. Holy crap, they could actually win the 3rd map and move on to that August event over Cloud9 in just dominant fashion.
Faith, Joshy, you gotta have faith in Code 7. I knew they looked good in that first matchup against Cloud9 yesterday, and they are proving themselves again here today against Cloud9.
Let's enjoy a non-mercy play of the game.
One of the rare ones. But JKW on the Zarya on this point was doing such a fantastic job, was doing so much damage that Graviton Surge was coming up left, right, and center, and he was doing such a great job.